Hey, good morning. So, what do you get when you mix an elephant and a rhinoceros? Oh, if I know. Oh man, that's classic. That is classic. All right, so I wanted to talk to you really quickly today about the shifts that you wrote last week. The transition sentences. We looked for the shifts. So just as a reminder, the how we spot shifts. We can look for language tone shift. We can look for topic shift. We can look for those flag words like but, however, although. Um, Ultimately, when we start to write about those shifts, we want our transition sentences to connect the two chunks of the essay together. So here's what this paragraph was about. Here's what this next one is going to be about. What's the relationship between those two things? Okay, so we have a couple of examples here. A JV version of transition. However, after stating the feelings of his son, Chesterfield goes on to assert how he feels about the situation. Okay, so it's not terrible, right? It is the previous chunk is about his son's feelings, and then he goes on to talk about how he's feeling. But you'll notice there's not hardly any specificity, right? So I want to know a little bit more both about what the author is saying and how they're saying it. So let's look at the varsity version. The contradictory attitude does not stop once Chesterfield stops the false compliments, as he continues to clearly threaten that his son would have no means in life were he to disregard his father's opinion. Well, that's much more specific. It's still connecting two chunks, right? So the previous chunk was about the contradictory attitude that Chesterfield has and the false compliments. And then the next one is going to be basically where he warns his son, hey, get in line or you're going to lose everything that you have. So the transition is much more specific and helps me get from one chunk to the next. The transitions should be part of the analysis. It's not just that they're there for the writing's sake, although they do make your writing more sophisticated and clear. But they also are going to help guide your analysis, just like finding the shifts in the essay will. Okay, I also have some notes for you about writing a body paragraph. That's what we're going to do today. Your assignment today is going to be to write about a body paragraph. In fact, I'm going to tell you which one to write. You're going to write the last one. So for the last chunk, if you're unsure of where that chunk begins or ends, just go back to last week and look at the notes for what I said the chunks are. All right, so remember, you're going to make a claim about what is happening in that moment. You're going to provide evidence from the text, and then you're going to provide your explanation or analysis of how does this connect to the purpose of what the author is trying to achieve. Okay, we have also provided for you here a verb list, right? So these are all verbs of things that authors do. This is not just related to Chesterfield. This is a list that we will hopefully be able to provide for you for the exam as well. So it's kind of like a mini thesaurus of verbs, author verbs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these notes, since obviously that was way too fast for you to spend any time looking at them. I'm going to take this page right here and make it a page in Schoology in the Tuesday folder. So you'll see a new page that says body paragraph notes. So you can spend a little bit more time looking at that if you are unclear about what goes into a body paragraph. If you have any questions, of course, let me know.